So yeah, Blizzard are changing the Druid tree and the Feral tree quite a bit. So we're gonna kind of go through it now and make this future build. It's gonna be coming in about a month, I think. So we're just gonna make the build, and yeah, hopefully get a good one, because they have changed and buffed some things. So things should probably change quite significantly, at least in certain areas of the tree. So let's dive into it. Alright, guys, starting off, let's go with the Feral tree. Okay. So, Fury is the same. I see, like, it's a lot of the same stuff still, but we're gonna get to the changes soon. So, let's kind of, like, make a shuffle build first, yeah? A shuffle cleave build. So, we're gonna want Prime Wrath, we're gonna want Predator, we're gonna want Merciless Claws, Sabertooth. Everything's still the same so far. Double Clawed Rake. You can actually kind of compare here. We can see the changes if we want. So you can see here that this Lunar is gone. It is no longer there, which we're going to get to later, but it's gone. And Primal Wrath used to be here, and now it's up here. So that's also been changed. And we're still grabbing Primal Wrath, though, for a cleave build. And this is where probably, like, the biggest change kind of happens, because Taste for Blood has gotten buffed pretty hard. It got buffed by 100%. It's twice as good now. So it actually gives bites 8% more bleed damage. No, 8% more bite damage per bleed, rather. Which adds up a lot, man. If you have, you know, 3 bleeds up on there, that's going to be quite significant. So yeah, this is actually gonna be like a very good thing to pick now, I think. Which makes it a bit more tough, because we still want effective wounds as well, right? Like, it's been shuffled around a lot. But yeah, for now we're gonna go for that, though. We're gonna grab Dreadful Bleeding. Like, this change, I say, helps the single target build a bit more. For the cleave build, it's going to be kind of interesting to see, like, how it's going to pan out further down. It's my first time doing this, by the way, guys, on this new tree. So, yeah, bear with me as we go through it together. Survival Instincts. Here you can still see that they've changed Berserk a bit. In practice, it doesn't really change anything. What they've done is, so basically, like, you can't grab the Circ modifiers without having Circ. It's impossible, right? Like, here, you could kind of grab these modifiers without actually having Circ. And I think this one, like, kind of tighten up the tree a bit and make that not possible. And therefore, they have done that. We're still going to pick those 3, though. Here, we're going to grab Brutal Slash. We grab the Slash. Guys, if you want this, I can also link it in chat right there. And here's one change as well. Rapid Ferocity got buffed by 10%. It used to be 25% more damage, or 25% bite damage. Now it's 35% bite damage, which is quite interesting, especially if you could consider the Taste of Blood buff as well. So the cleave bites and bites in general will probably pump pretty hard right now. Let's go down here, grab the Vein Ripper, grab Apex. Again, these Apex bites will probably actually be doing a lot of damage now. Predatory Swiftness. We go down there. We're going to grab a Raging Fury. Again, guys, I'm thinking shuffle right now, okay? I'm thinking solo shuffle build. That is what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking we want to kind of go for like a similar build that I made on live here, where we go for the Fury damage as well, more than going for Swarm. So let's go with Lion Strength for now. Lion Strength, Strength BT is like a bit of a wonky choice. Sometimes I think it kind of depends. How much you're critting on your bites? I get like 70, 80k bites now sometimes. But guys, here we are at probably like the biggest and most significant change for Feral Druid so far in this expansion. That is, Lunar used to be up here, has now been moved on a choice node down with Frenzy. So, I don't like this change fundamentally because of one thing, because it's effectively a prune. Effectively, we lose one button to press and the option to have that. Like, you used to have 2 buttons you could press, now you have 1. In reality, in Shuffle right now, like, I'm not even playing Lunar anyways. So, like, in this build, my shuffle build, it's not gonna have any impact. But you know, for other builds like my single target build, I play Lunar, and I think it's like nice to have the option, and effectively it's a prune. And in my opinion, pruning is not really welcome. They did buff Lunar by, like, I think damage by 60% or something, you know? But, you guys, actually, like, in a cleave build, it might be worth, like, in, like, a full shuffle cleave build, because Frenzy doesn't do much damage anymore. Like, Frenzy does not pump that hard. Like, it might actually be worth, especially, like, a build where you don't play Swarm. I think it could be decent, in, like, a shuffle cleave build, because they did buff the damage on it. It's going to be kind of interesting to see, like, how much it's going to be. But for now, I'm going to go with Frenzy. But definitely, you know, might be something we're going to look into a bit more. So here we don't end up getting Carnivorous Instincts. We have no Swarm. I think no Swarm is very fine, by the way, right now. Again, like, this seems very good for Cleave as well, though. I mean, guys, I'm, like, that's what I'm doing, like, in my current build. I'm not playing Swarm, and it's feeling really good right now. And many Ferals are not playing Swarm in Shuffle. Because you just kind of go for the Fury damage instead, and then... But of course, here we don't get Fury because we kind of have to spend more damage on the bite thing. What we can do is just go for like one Taste of Blood, right? And then grab Incarn as well. Like that. Is probably going to be like more of a realistic solution on that. And then you still have like 12% more damage on the bites from that. But yeah. But for now, I think I'm pretty happy with this. Of course, might change a bit. But for now, I think this is a pretty good... solid build for like a shuffle. I think it's like better in some ways, worse in some ways. I quite like the changes that have been done here. I don't think it's a good solution, just like literally pruning Lunar, basically, or like you prune Lunar or Frenzy. Like when you take two buttons that you could have and then like make it only one, that's gonna feel bad when both buttons feel good to press. So that's not a good solution, I agree, but overall I think it's fine. Like this tree, I'm actually not too worried about. My actual concerns are more in this tree, which we're gonna get to right now. But yeah, so on this side of the tree too is kind of where I have some issues. I kind of want to like just go over. So basically, like, what they did, they've shoveled some things around. They've gone away from 3-point nodes mainly, but not on teachings. But Clone is still gatekept behind 3 points because they moved Wild Growth. So let's get into it though. They've also like made some new connections, like here. You can see here, that's not there, but here they've made connections that, at least for Feral Druids, don't mean anything. They might mean something for other specs though, but yeah. Let's get into it. So we're gonna grab this. And we're still gonna grab Thrash. We cannot skip it. Which is probably fine because we taste for blood now though. But yeah. And then we'll grab Regen. We're gonna grab Improved Bark Skin. Might skip Verdant Heart. Like, things have kind of changed a bit here, you know? A little bit. Placement-wise and stuff. We're going to grab Improved Swipe. It also increases Slash, this one, yeah? Like, what they did, they basically nerfed it and then put in... Replaced Swipe talents. They made a baseline, I think. And then replaced with Improved Swipe. So basically, it has no effect. It's kind of like, yeah. It's more just... doesn't actually change gameplay at all, right? So let's go Killer Instincts there. We'll grab Iron Fur. We're gonna grab Thick Hide as well. Grab the Kick. So you see, Kick actually connects to things now. Kick connects down here, which is, I quite like that. I think more connections the better. I think these are good connections. Probably like one of the better things they did, but in reality, we're still gonna grab Feline Swiftness. We can really skip that, and we'll grab Primal Fury as well. So. In reality, it doesn't really change much right now for us. But I do like that we could and can get Matted Fur without going Thick Hide. I think that is a good thing. And that's what they got to do more of. Like, that right there is what we need more of in the tree in general. For example, if you want Vigil, you shouldn't have to start up on Natural Recovery, which you do right now. If I want to get down here, I should not have to start up more than halfway up the tree. If I want to get to Matted Fur, I should have to start up here, right? Or I mean, like here, rather. Which is good. I like that. That they've kind of made that a connection. So props for that, but... Yeah, we're going to get into kind of why the tree's not looking amazing, though. The biggest problem, I'd say in general right now, with Druid is Clone. So Cyclone should be baseline. I thought it was every day, but Clone should be baseline. The equivalent abilities of clone, the most close ones, like CC you can do off itself. You can recast it, right? Like a sheep, a fair. Every single lock spec has fair baseline. Every single mage spec has sheep baseline. Every druid spec should have clone baseline. But not only isn't it baseline, it's also gate kept behind a lot of wasted points. So one thing, dude, when they're like, we're going away from 3-point nodes, I was like, yo, maybe we can get clone cheaper now because Nurture Instincts is becoming a 2-point node. It's really bad feral. Like the first thing is magic damage, does nothing for feral. But because they moved Wild Growth, effectively, it's still a 3-point node. But they don't have to make clone baseline, but they have to make it more accessible. That's the main thing I want, though. Clone to be more accessible. They could put it somewhere, somewhere more accessible. Place to Soothe, something like that. Yeah, that'd be good. It's like everyone wants like Wild Charge, and I think that would make a lot of sense. It would. Kind of summarize it a bit, though. The main problem is when you effectively lose 3-4 buttons, right? Like, you used to have Bash and Roar at the same time, right? Now only have one of those. You used to have Clone, now I don't have it, really. You used to have Hibernate, now I don't have it. You used to have Lunar and Friends, now I have it. Like, effectively what happens is that you're pruned. You lose 3-4 buttons to press, and you actually end up having less choice in this tree than we used to have in previous expansions, which is, I think, is like a fundamental failure of a talent tree, because it's more like a talent branch. It doesn't actually give you pathing options. You end up having less options than you used to. So, actually, like, what we could do is this. Like, this I quite like, because, again, I like that this change right here. The pathing here is good. I like that the pathing there. But yeah, okay, so here I actually have clone now with this, which is nice. We got renewal, we got the well-honed. I think, dude, this build seems pretty good. This build seems pretty good. I guess, so for now, in the coming patch, it's gonna come, I don't know exactly when, in like a future patch, maybe in like a month or something. Then this is the build that I have for that. Yup. I think it's good. Good build. Overall, the changes, I think some of them are pretty good. Some of them are questionable. Overall, the Druid tree, I think, still needs to be kind of re-evaluated quite a bit, mainly with clone. But, yeah. Again, like, the main issue is, like, when you kind of get pruned. And you actually have, like, less options when it comes to, like, CC than you used to. It feels like more... You kind of getting forced down a path of just doing damage, like, literally just cleaving and padding damage more than actually CCing and, like, thinking of how to CC. Like, doing a Roar clone or just having clone in general, right? It's like you're kind of getting pushed down a certain path instead of actually having choice.